All right, so today we're going to be talking about the book of Deuteronomy. We've done Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, and Numbers. Now we're on the fifth book of Moses, Deuteronomy. In fact, this book actually says it's from Moses. It's in Deuteronomy 31:9. It says Moses wrote this law and delivered it unto the priests and unto all the elders of Israel. And then chapter 34, which is talking about Moses' death, was probably written by his predecessor, which was Joshua. So this is going to be around 1400 BC, again, around the time of Moses' life. The kind of key theme of Deuteronomy is that Moses reminds the Israelites of their history and their laws, because the meaning of Deuteronomy is second law, and it's been 40 years since the delivering of the first law, the Ten Commandments, the first time. So all of that generation that was there to receive that has passed away, because remember, their punishment was they couldn't go into the promised land because of their complaining and their doubting and their lack of faith. So now you get to the end of this, and Moses goes up on Mount Nebo. He gets to see the promised land. He doesn't get to enter it, but he gets to see the promised land. So then they give this final address, Moses does, to the children of Israel, reminding them of all of these laws, of all these things that they need to be mindful of as they go into the new land. Because again, these people, this generation, was not there before. And so he goes on, and then it says they're going to invade the land. It's the promised land. It's Canaan with Joshua. He'll be the predecessor to Moses. But then Moses dies after he sees the promised land from Mount Nebo, and Moses was buried there in the land of Moab. So there's some quotable verses. Most of them are going to be Ten Commandment verses. Chapter 6 and verse 4, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord. Chapter 6 and verse 5, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thine heart, with all thy soul, with all thy might. Verse 15 of chapter 6, The Lord thy God is a jealous God among you. So those are some famous ones you may have heard quoted or recited. The New Testament quotes some unique things about this. The New Testament quotes from Deuteronomy dozens of times. In fact, 3 times when Jesus is tempted in the wilderness by Satan. He quotes Deuteronomy 8:3, Deuteronomy 6:16, and Deuteronomy 6:13. Also, the Ten Commandments, which are most commonly found in Exodus chapter 20, are restated in full in Deuteronomy chapter 5, and then going into, or a little bit of explanation into, Deuteronomy chapter 6. So what's the big idea? What do we take away from Deuteronomy? Well, Deuteronomy makes it clear that God's rules and expectations aren't meant to limit us, or aren't meant to be like this thing that just weighs on top of us or keeps us down. They're supposed to be there to benefit us. In fact, in chapter 6 and verse 3, it says, Hear therefore, O Israel, and observe to do it, that it may be well with thee, and that ye may increase mightily, as the Lord God of thy fathers has promised thee in the land that floweth with milk and honey. So the idea then is if we do what God has told us to do, if we follow his commandments, then we will prosper. Not that it's there to limit us, but it's there to exalt us or to benefit us in the long run. The teen of the day today is Jaylee. Pray for her that she has a good week off spring break. She's got a few more projects to finish up before she's completely caught up, and that she just has a good week. See you.